Hey there, future teacher. You need to pass the Rica test, and in this video, we're going to take a 10-question quiz that's going to check your understanding all about comprehension, specifically in the context of narrative text. And this is coming all from competency number 14 of your Rica subtest 2. Let's get you totally prepared for test day by clicking Start Exam and taking this quiz together. I am going to read the question aloud, give you time to select the correct response, and then we'll go over the best answer together. Now, here we go. Question 1, this reads, a novel features an undiscovered hero guided by a seasoned wizard, a quest in a secondary world, and a struggle between good and evil. Which genre best fits? Take a moment here to have a look at the answer options and select the best one. So here we have high fantasy. I really like that option A right there. Remember that high fantasy focuses on good versus evil struggle. Oftentimes there's quests and a sort of fantastic world. All right, so let's move on to question number 2. This reads, in a survival story, 2 siblings battle hunger, storms, and wild animals after a shipwreck on a remote island. In terms of story elements, what key function is the setting serving? Read the answer options and then we'll go over it together. I like option D, serving the antagonist. Remember, one function of setting is to act as the antagonist, which is, creating, it's the, person who's creating the conflict. All right, moving on to question number 3. This one asks, a third grade group struggles to recall the sequence of key events in a story. Which instructional move directly targets this literal comprehension need? If you ever see the words story grammar outline in one of the answer options, make sure to look closely at that. It is a really important part of this Rica exam of providing effective instructional strategy, because remember that story grammar outlines, it's a tool used explicitly to plot the organization of the story. So you can think problems, events, resolution, that like story arc into a literal recall. So story grammar outline, really important for Rica. So let's go on to question number 4. The road was a river of moonlight. This sentence is best described as a simile, metaphor, personification, or hyperbole. Which one is this? Now, even though we don't have a like or as, understand that this is an implied metaphor. We have a comparison here. The road was a river of moonlight. Moving on to question number 5. This reads, to assess a 6-year-old's understanding of a teacher, read aloud. The most appropriate assessment format is. Excuse me. All right, so here we have, what is the most appropriate assessment? For young learners, our students in the classroom, we want to assess their literary understanding orally. We can use retellings or discussions in order to reveal what they recall, their comprehension. So that's why I like option D right there. Let's move on to question number 6. You're doing great. If you appreciate this video, please give it a thumbs up. Several struggling readers in grade 6 cannot independently read the class novel, but should still join whole class literary analysis. What best provides access for these students? Read the answer options. Let's see here. A, B, C, or D? I'm going with option B here, to provide them with a quality audio recording so that they can still follow the same text aloud. And this, of course, would grant them access where they could feel still part of the group. They can participate just as if they actually read it. Moving on to question number 7. This asks, An English learner is puzzled that Fern challenges her father in Charlotte's Web. Which teacher action best supports comprehension? So, if they are an English learner, it is quite likely that they are coming from another country and whereby they're going to be they're going to benefit from us clarifying the U.S. cultural norms behind the character's intentions. All right, moving on to question number 8. This asks, in which journal format does a student copy a sentence from the book and write a personal comment beneath it? What is this called? This, of course, is called quotes and notes. It's when the students copy a sentence verbatim from their text and then they add their own comment underneath. Quotes and notes. Here we go. Question 9 asks, students struggle to identify theme. So a theme of a story. According to the chapter, which scaffold is most appropriate first? So if we're teaching themes, we want to start the texts with the moral understanding and just we can provide them with the explicit instruction, the explicit understanding of, let's call it like fairy tales and fables they might be learning about. Remember, this is narrative comprehension. This is section of your Rica exam, so that we can move forward with everyone understanding. What I like here is that we begin first with simple fables, and then we add on complex stories as they begin to understand more and more. Moving on to our last question. This asks, a student writes, Mrs. Mollard is devoted to her ducklings, and cites specific actions from Make Way for Ducklings. Which desired outcome of assessment does this illustrate? Take a moment to read the answer options. See if you can pick out the best response. So, students should support claims with text-based evidence. Think about, for example, an explicit assessment, and this is targeting the actual chapter that they're reading. For that reason, I like option C, providing evidence from the text in order to support their claim. Let's click the submit button and see how we did. Looks like we got 10 out of 10. Appreciate you sticking around here. If you want access to these quizzes, our full-length online timed practice tests, and everything that helps you pass your upcoming Rica exam, just go to ricatest.com or make it super simple and click the link in the description below. Appreciate you, future California teacher. Thanks so much for watching.